what this is, who we are. What is the Bucket List Mob?
It's only been a year.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's about the right time to like have a grand opening, right? I mean, like the ribbon cutting. I wish I had a ribbon that we could cut right now. I'm sorry, I screwed up.
We'd cut it with a blowtorch, probably.
Yep. I was trying to prep the garage. I forgot about the details. So, yeah, let's tell everybody what the Bucket List Mob is, and look at the screen down below. We'll shoot a link to the podcast that we did with the Gearhead Perspective guys the other night, which was awesome. So thank you guys to those.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Had a really good time.
Yeah, so Mike, why don't you tell everybody what the Bucket List Mob is, since this is kind of your baby.
Well, it's only my baby because I'm the one that had the heart ablation.
Exactly. That's what I mean by that.
Right?
We've all almost died.
We all almost died.
But did you die?
Did you die?
No, you didn't.
Mine would have been a boring death. You guys, yours, the other stuff's exciting deaths.
Right.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
So what happened is we've all been friends for a while.
What happened
See what happened was, and several years ago, I think it was 2017. I was driving back home from hanging out at my mom's house, and something felt wrong, and my heart was racing really fast. So I ended up stopping at a volunteer fire department, and just so happened that there was a sheriff's deputy there that just got an ice cream at the ice cream stand, so I lucked out there. I ended up going to the hospital. And long story short, I had SVTs, where it's an electrical problem where you have a short circuit in your heart and it basically doubles up. And I sat in the hospital they got my heart rate down. It was 250 beats a minute. And they got my heart beat back down with medicine, but they wanted to monitor me for 3 days. So I stayed in the heart ward for 3 days, feeling like I do today, just completely fine. And I had a lot of time to think. I ran out of things to look at on Marketplace. Not really. That never happens. You just change change your zip code. You're good to go.
You didn't run out of things to look at on Marketplace.
No.
So I was sitting around just watching all these, pardon me, but all these old people in the heart ward that are dying. And I was thinking, this job that I'm in, I was working tons of hours a week, and I was traveling 43% of the time. 43 because I did math, and not seem like girls as much as I wanted to. So said something's got to change. So I made a group chat with all my friends on it and said, hey, I see that I think the first thing was SEMA, I think, right?
I believe that was what kicked it off.
I was like, hey, you guys, SEMA's coming up. You guys want to go to SEMA? I want to start doing the things that we keep saying we're going to do, the bucket list stuff. Never been to SEMA, every year, and I think everybody can recognize that I'll do that next year. Well, here I am, coming up on 50, and I'll do that next year.
Yep.
So we went to SEMA, had a blast, and I changed the name of the group chat to BucketList Mob. Just I thought it'd be kind of funny to have something on there. Hey, what are we doing next? So we went to, me and another guy in the mob went to Bonneville, because I always wanted to go to Bonneville.
Yep.
And would be lying if I didn't say that I teared up when the sunrise came up over the salt flats. It was pretty intense.
It's so sweet.
And then I'm like, okay, guys, what's next? And it was, hey, what about Drag Week? You guys want to do Drag Week? And
yep.
They're like, sure. So we got together and
we're not smart.
We spent a lot of money. Don't do what we're doing. No, do what we're doing. Just be smarter about it.
Yeah, do what we're doing. It's fun.
Yeah. And me, Mike, Patrick, and Dad went to Drag Week in 2019. A completely untested car. It was really friggin' hard. The first couple nights, we were up till, we didn't go to bed till 9 o'clock in the morning, the next morning, the first night.
It was rough.
And
there were a few moments of like, it's time to throw in the towel.
Yeah. And dumb me, I don't do anything the easy way. I mean, hence the Fords, I guess. But I had to have mechanical injection because when I was a kid, I always wanted a car with the 8 stacks and the mechanical injection. Well, nobody's ever went through drag week and survived with mechanical injection. Don't care. We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it anyways.
We're gonna do it anyways.
And we did.
And we did.
Twice.
So
Twice.
exactly.
Twice.
Yeah. But that's kind of where it started. So we decided, I think after, well, long story short, we've gone to multiple things.
Yeah.
Tried to hit drag week several times. But that's where the Bucket List Mob name comes from. It comes from a chat group with me and my friends. And
Right on. Oh, let's turn that ringer off. And that's funny. I don't normally do that. I only had it on because we were doing this tonight.
You're
and I
the
didn't
fat
want to miss.
guy.
I didn't want to miss a text from either one of you. So
That guy.
yeah. So with that being said, this is our little wrap up of the year of what the Bucket List Mob has done in 2024, and we're mainly just doing this because it's nice to get together and remember all the things we did, because honestly, I kind of forgot about a good chunk of it until you put this list together.
Talking about
And I'm like, okay, that's good. Let's do that. So this is right after Christmas now. So Merry Christmas. Cheers.
Christmas, cheers.
Boys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And we're going to kind of go down this list and bring you guys through 2024 with the Bucket List Mob and give you an update on like what the 2025 plans are, at least what we know of so far. It's always subject to change. So
Like it did 2 weeks ago.
right. So we've covered what the Bucket List Mob is. We need to bring you guys up to speed on like the Fairlane, what started this, the Ugly Duckling. Putting that together after 5 years of struggles and the cam and the fuel pump and all that good stuff. So let's give them some info on that.
Yeah, so we did drag week in 2019 with the Fairlane with a small block, and it ran beautifully on the road.
Yep.
It ran like crap on the track.
Yep. And it didn't even really run beautifully on the road until after a few days of tinkering. We had some struggles for the first couple of days, but we finally got some stuff kind of sorted out on like day 3, and got a little better.
So like
after that.
every track, it just got worse and worse and worse on the strip, like slower and slower, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. Found out like on the 3rd drive, the guy was telling us about the fuel filters and this water test thing,
right?
Which you've seen in probably one of our other videos where we talked about. And
Coors Light works if you want to test a fuel filter as well. Yeah. So you don't have to use water. Just saying.
Just something liquid.
Pro tip.
Probably don't use bourbon. It might dissolve.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, there's no reason to waste good bourbon, but I mean.
So we did drag week. We survived, but we did horribly in as far as ET. But we survived, and just by the act of surviving, I mean, I went the last pass on the last day, coming back up after I got my ticket. We had figured some things out. We picked up 4 seconds. It was running fairly decent at that time. It was running low 13s, and it was like, I know what to do for the next one. So essentially, we thought we were leaning it out. We were fattening it up, so we're trying to lean it, and we're doing the opposite. If you're an injection guy, you kind of know why we did that.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know. So we figured it out on the very second to last day. And I got my ticket, and I come up to where we were all sitting parked, and I can't remember if it was you. I think it was you that said, "Guess what? We placed. We got 3rd place in B-Gas." I'm like, I think my response was, "What? No way!"
You're right. Yeah. If it was me, I don't even remember that, because he said this the other day, and I was like, I don't even remember that. So now I'm wondering. Maybe it was Patrick or Dad that knew the stats, but yeah, I was shocked. Because I'm pretty sure I was like, are you serious? I don't understand how that even remotely happened, but okay, that's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after that, we kind of got picked on by Freiberger, so I blame him
A little bit.
And when I saw him at Drag Week, I said, "You cost me a lot of money, dude."
I'm not gonna lie, the comment was funny. So if you want to,
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna.
there's
throw it out
several.
there.
There were several out
If
there.
you all are curious, you need to go back and search some 2019 Drag Week commentary.
I'll put it in here, right here.
Devastatingly slow.
It's good stuff.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Yep.
Anyways, so me being who I am and us being who we are, I'm like, we're going to put a big block in it. And, well, at first it was going to be just a hot or small block. And so I contacted an engine builder in Arkansas that was a very reputable Ford engine builder. But he had sold the business to his number one guy or whatever, and it just went to pot, and he ended up taking my money and closing the
And
doors,
lots of other people.
along with about $300,000 of somebody else's money.
Yeah.
So
Enough said.
that kind of ruined our next. Well, actually, that Wuhan flu.
Yeah, so
ruined
we
the
need to
next
give
year.
them
Yeah.
a little bit of history there. 2019 was the first drag and drive, and then obviously we missed it in 2020. And then what caused the no drag week in 2020 got this guy in 2021. So he was sick in 2021.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
2022 was
Engine Builder
Engine
1.
builder.
Engine Builder 1. Yep. And then
23 was Engine Builder 2.
2023 was Engine Builder 2. And we did not return to a drag and drive event until sick week of 2024.
Yep.
So yeah, this is actually pretty fitting. Like, this bucket list mob thing started. We did one drag and drive and then struggled for 4 years
Yeah.
to get to another one. 5 years.
Yeah.
40, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Whatever. Math be
yeah.
mathin'.
Yeah, so we ended up, and then when we go from on the Fairlane, I mean, we do truck maybe.
Yeah. So
After so the truck, aptly named. So Patrick's really good at naming cars. He named it.
Patrick is very good at naming
Yeah.
cars. Yeah. Might as well throw that out there. Right
Yeah,
now.
we're looking for a couple more names, I think. So we, after Drag Week 2019, my dad had a '61 Ford truck, and I'm like, you know what? He had a blast, and I'm thinking, you know, we're all getting older. That's part of this whole thing. He's getting older. Let's build him a truck. So we all pitched in, and we built him a '61 Ford gasser truck.
Yep.
And they actually got the short block out of the Fairlane to save some money.
Yep.
And that's what the cluster truck is. The cluster truck was built so that Dad could go to drag week or sick week or whatever with us and have his own vehicle and race. He's never had a hot rod. You know, the truck he had was a wood hauler, so he's never had a hot rod, never been to the races or never been in a racing format or anything. So it was, and he's 70 at the time. He was
76,
He's
I think.
70. Yeah, he's 77 now. Yeah.
And his first one was his
Was
first
2024.
race was 2024 at sick
Right.
week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that was one of the big parts of doing the cluster truck was because Dad.
Yep.
You know, Dad's fine now. So he's nothing happened to him. Just saying, it kind of sounds like oh, Dad.
Yeah, Dad's still here. Dad's still here.
He's at home.
So
Yeah.
love you, pops.
for sure. And
Yeah,
then-
sorry, I didn't mean to throw that negativity out there. Everybody thinks, oh, so sad they lost Dad. No, not.
No, Dad's still around.
Dad's still around. So
Then Matt had gone with us at sick week, and that kind of started the Comet. He got bit by the bug like the rest of us, and he's like, oh, I gotta get something.
yep.
And even give him the kind of the lowdown on the Comet, where it came from, and all the.
I just,
Yeah,
I
might as
feel
well
like
lead into that.
I just feel like I needed something new. You know, you got one project, you work on it for so long, and it goes stagnant, and it's time to just move on and start over. So, you know, we found a marketplace score once again. Mike and I talked it over, and he's just like, "Go get it." It's fine.
Don't ask me. I will make a poor financial decision, especially if it's somebody else's.
Oh,
You need to go get that.
It's so fun to spend someone else's money.
It is.
It is
really
my
is.
most favorite thing. Yeah.
Oh, we go up there, and this car is sitting off in the weeds somewhere. It just looks like a complete cluster. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's bring it home.
This is it.
Oh, you mean,
right up my
the
alley.
suspension's not even bolted in? Perfect.
No, we'll just push it on the trailer, and it's full of ticks and stuff falling off of it. Come home, he comes home from work, and it's sitting in his driveway like, what's this? Well, this is my new project. And then we just started
I'm like, awesome.
digging up everything we could find laying around, pieces you had, pieces I had.
Yeah.
And then we just started building it in 5 months and made it to our first drag and drive with it. And
Well,
it
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of we. I mean, it was really Matt.
Well,
Yeah, Matt had a pretty nice situation there with work where he was able to take a voluntary layoff. So couldn't have asked for a better scenario as far as building a new car and having a little bit of extra time to actually build a car. So,
but it still come down the wire. It was still
it
tight.
did come down to the wire, and yeah, we helped a little bit,
over,
but
yeah.
you got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, I'd come home.
This
and there'd
guy
be more
busted his ass
oh, yeah.
and built a car in 5 months. Is basically what happened.
But I mean, I couldn't have done it without Rob. I couldn't have done it without you pushing me at the end because I'd flat out given up. I was tired.
That's true. Matt was like,
yeah,
like
so the whole reason he built the car, he was ready to throw in the towel on the day before.
The night before.
I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. We're gonna get in the car right now. We're gonna go to the gas station. We're gonna go do some burnouts, and you're gonna change your tune because we're going to drag week tomorrow. So get your shit together and let's go. And and we went to drag week. So and it was all good, man.
Burnouts help everything.
Yeah, burnouts fix everything.
The mental strain.
Burnouts fix everything. Yes. Nice.
That's it. That's going to be a shirt.
That'll be a shirt.
Burnouts fix everything.
Like this one, drive like a rental.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No comments.
Nope. Gotta love Days of Thunder. What an awesome scene in the movie. The rental cars.
Crashing the rental cars.
Oh, I love that. Yep.
But that was the Comet. So he got it together essentially for sick week or for drag week.
Yes, for drag week 2024. Yep. So we're kind of going a little bit out of order here, but that's not that big of a deal. Back to Patrick naming cars. He's really good. He named the Ugly Duckling.
Yep.
And basically just because
it's the redheaded stepchild of Fairlane's.
Yeah, exactly. It's the one that
It's
nobody.
yellow.
It's the one that nobody wants.
My least favorite color in the whole wide world.
Yes, it's yellow. The least favorite color. I'm not a fan of yellow either. I don't really think Matt is either. Somehow, some way, we ended up with the Fairlane, and then we ended up with the Volkswagen. And then what was the other one? It was
T-Bucket when we were working on
Oh yes, yeah, we got the T-Bucket. We haven't. I don't even know why we said anything about T-Bucket. There'll be a T-Bucket sometime in the future on this channel.
Yep.
Not exactly 100% sure what we're even doing with that yet, but a very good buddy of ours had it, and it was a father-son project, and they've both since passed away, as far as I know. Brady's dad's no longer with us, right?
For a long time.
Yeah, so Brady and his father are no longer with us, and we're gonna do something with the T-Bucket to pay tribute to Brady and his dad. So
that one was Brady fell ill, and that car had been in storage since '96 or something like that. So we went and got it out of storage, and there was some dangerous stuff on it. We fixed a bunch of stuff, different wheels, and like I contacted a guy on Marketplace for wheels for it, and when I told him what it was for, he said, "Come get them, you can have them for free." So
yes, there's good people out there.
And A+ Transmission got the tires for us, so Brady was able to drive him and his dad's car before Brady passed away, which was really important to
Brady and his wife Kristen, which we love you, Kristen.
Yep.
And they were able to come to one of our burnout parties.
Yep.
I don't think it was the 50th, but it was your 51st?
Yep.
51st. Mike's 51st birthday party. And we were able to pull a resurrected T-Bucket out of the garage and let Brady and Kristen take it down the road, which was
cool.
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Look on the face is worth it.
Yep. That was awesome.
Some yellow cars.
So sorry about that sentimental moment. All right. So on to the do we want to touch on the dyno sessions at all with the Fairlane?
Yeah, I mean, we can. Yeah, well, we can.
Or do we want to talk about?
So what we did. So we built a big block for the Fairlane and got
Let's do that.
by a couple of engine builders. CNC Motorsports out of the Dakotas. Chris, he hooked us up with a short block. I got some heads. We put it together. Had it put together, and took it to Belmont Performance in PA, all the way on the other side of PA too. We're in Ohio.
A little bit of a drive.
It's $170 in toll fees one way.
Several miles later.
But they knew what the heck they were doing with the mechanical injection.
They did.
And they hooked it up, and it ran great. It made 910 horse. I was hoping for 700. And it made 910.
What a bummer.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bummer when it makes 210 more than what you were really hoping it would inch out. Really hoping.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
boy, that sucks.
so that's the one we took to Sick Week.
So now, while we're on that subject, that motor, it went through Sick Week in 2024.
Yep.
We came home and like all good Dragon driver guys.
Didn't touch anything.
Yeah, we didn't touch anything. I don't mean that as an insult to anybody. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that are way more prepared than we ever will be.
Like 99.9% of the drag.
Yeah, exactly. So we bring it home. We're obviously whipped because we live in Ohio and Sick Week is in Florida.
16-hour drive straight.
Yeah, 16-hour drive straight. Heading back from beautiful weather in Florida to not so beautiful weather, snow and ice, having to stop and put antifreeze in the cars to make sure that blocks didn't freeze.
At 3 a.m.
on the way
in
home.
the middle of West Virginia.
Yes, yeah. Fond memories. So we bring the vehicles home, we get them off, we unload them. Nobody wants to see anybody at this table for like at least a week or two. And we just kind of let things escape us. So here we are getting ready for Drag Week 2024.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, we changed a lot of stuff on the Fairlane. A lot of stuff on the Fairlane. We've made changes on the Fairlane that we're not even going to really test to know if they made any real difference, like the transmission and whatnot. But with all that aside, we were getting prepared for Drag Week 2024, and we got to the point where we were starting to do fluid changes, which I know sounds stupid. That should have been done a long time ago. But for whatever reason, it was like one of the last things that we decided to do. And when we pulled the drain plug on the oil pan, there was a chunk of metal stuck to it. And obviously, I'm sure all you guys that are going to watch this understand that that's not really a good sign. So we let her back down and pulled a valve cover and found a broken rocker. And at that point, we were dead in the water, and the Fairlane didn't make it to Drag Week 2024. So we ended up taking the cluster truck and Matt's Comet, and we had a hell of a good time, and made for some really cool videos because Mike got the opportunity to take the daily driver with massaging seats. Bastard. Oh, I love that car. And air conditioning and a nice stereo and cruise control and all the amenities, and got to spend the week with his awesome daughters who helped us out tremendously with filming and so on and so forth, and we just had a really good time. So yeah, I'll quit rambling and
that's
some
good.
Of these other guys
that's
jump
good.
in here.
I mean, it was I guess from Sick Week, we went to Sick Week, and we met a lot of cool people. That's the biggest part of Dragon Drives, you guys.
Yes,
is the people.
Yep.
And we met a guy. He just happened to be in front of us in the tech line for Sick Week. Dennis, he's got a white 69 Camaro.
Yep.
And we kind of hooked up with that guy and just shooting the bull with him. And we were telling him, what we're doing. And You know, and it wasn't really over the YouTube page because at Sick Week we weren't really into doing the YouTube page that much.
We didn't really even get serious about this stuff until after Sick Week.
Yeah.
Of 2020. So this is really just an overall recap of.
Right.
2024 is a really good year to recap.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing this.
We had so much footage from Sick Week, from under the cars, all of us taking videos, just trying to watch a suspension. That I'm like, hey, these videos are actually kind of cool.
Right.
And we used some of them.
Yeah. So we met a dude at Sick Week, Dennis. We were shooting the bull with him about everything, life and stuff, you know. And Dennis is, you know, we were talking about, hey, we're going to go to Bonneville, and he goes, really?
In the tech lane.
In the tech lane.
Yeah, this is before the event even
Didn't even
started.
know.
Didn't even know this guy. No clue.
We shouldn't even been talking to him because he drives a Chevy.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And he's from Tennessee. No, I'm just kidding. I have nothing against Tennessee at all.
But shooting the bull with him, and you know, and him and I were talking later on, and he goes, man, I've always wanted to go to Bonneville. And I was like, well, why don't you go with us? He's like, you serious? I'm like, heck yeah. So, you know, we shot the bull several times on the internet and stuff, and he flew out there and met us out there, you know, and then he stayed with us. It's kind of funny. I mean, I think it's going to be a running joke. He's going with us all the different places we go now.
Yeah, he's just part of the group
He's
now.
part of the group now. But morning, all you bastards.
Good morning. Who drank all the bourbon? Good morning.
The new guy.
The new guy.
The new guy.
But his girlfriend
stuck with us,
was
Dennis.
texting him like every couple hours just to make sure that he was still alive and we hadn't buried him out on the salt flats or something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a running joke. And in fact, you know, he went with us to PRI.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said in the last, in the podcast, the Gearhead Perspective, Dennis has went on two trips with us. He's still alive. So he's fine.
We don't kill him until the third trip.
Yeah, nobody needs to worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I can bleep this out. But he's 100% down for 6 Smokies.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of leads into maybe where we should go from here. Like,
We can talk about some of the other projects too, like the Winnebago.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
we got
I like
the
that.
Winnebago. That's going to be
Yeah, let's do
the official vehicle for us. And
Where'd the Winnebago come from?
came from my aunt. It was my aunt's father's. He passed away, and they had an auction, and nobody bid on this Winnebago. 73 Brave. It's cool looking.
Super cool looking.
Super cool looking. And
Because
so
it's
she's
the short.
it's the shorty.
It's
yeah.
the shorty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So super.
And Patrick's a big Chrysler guy, so he was pretty happy about that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so we did get it running, and there's a video for that. We were talking about Cummins swapping it, but man, the engine ran so darn good and so smooth and didn't make a noise whatsoever. I think we're gonna drive it like that for a while.
It's
Yeah.
definitely worth spending the $65 or whatever
For a carb kit?
brand new carburetor. Like not even a carb kit, just a
That's
brand new.
The carb kit was 80. The new
Bolt it
carburetor was
on
60.
and fire it up. So we're gonna do that and just at least get it running and driving. We're gonna pull it in the shop. Obviously, it's getting slammed, and then we'll just start going through it and.
Got some
Wiring.
pretty cool plans for that one.
Deciding
Even without
what we're gonna do
even without
with
the Cummins, we got some pretty cool plans for it.
Just acquiring it was fun. Matt and I happen to be part of a hot rod car club called the Highway Hellions, and we put on a show every year called the Bootleggers Bash, and it just happened to literally be
Right down the road.
3 blocks
an
away.
eighth of a mile down the road, a quarter mile at the most down the road from where this car show event was happening. So we ended up driving a Kubota tractor up the road, chained it to the Winnebago, drug it out of the ground, which it had sunk in like, I don't know, probably 6 to 8 inches
Oh, yeah.
on flat tires and whatnot. So yeah, we had to air the tires out, drag this thing out, see if the brakes even worked, which they did. They broke the toe strap. They worked that well. So we tied it back together in a knot and continued to drag it down the road to the car show, where it sat like non-drivable in the field for I think a week or so.
Yeah.
Before it got towed over to Patrick's place. So
But everybody loved it though. You walk in the door and it's like walking back in 1982.
Yes, it was a hit
It's cool.
at the show. Like we parked it there. Everybody loved it. Thought it was super cool. So that's gonna be a tow rig, hopefully for the NASCAR.
Yes.
Which will go to Bonneville. So
that's another car.
That's a good segue into what are we doing with the NASCAR and what's the plans for that?
So me and my utmost stupidity are like searching the marketplace, and I found this car because
See, we told you never run out of stuff to find on Marketplace.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a NASCAR.
Well, I
want to go fast.
I want to go fast.
I want to go fast.
I want to go fast. I want to go fast. I want to go fast. and
So far, I'm the only one that's gone fast in it.
yes, you're the
You
one
are
that's gone in it.
because I couldn't figure out how to drive it. There may have been a transmission issue and a weird shifter combination and all that, but whatever. Matt got to drive it.
I got to drive it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Those boom tubes sound amazing in our neighborhood.
Yep.
If you've never driven a NASCAR with boom tubes around your neighborhood, you should go buy one.
Yeah.
Just to do that.
Just like Vegas, everybody should experience that at least once in their life.
Yeah. So the initial thought was, let's find a chassis and put like a Trino body on it or something, and then it's like I started watching Aaron Brown at the garage shop, and he's got the 2000s. I don't know if it's an 8 or a 9. This is a 6.
Yep.
And it's a Fusion. And then I pulled the chassis numbers, and the chassis numbers come back to from Talladega.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool.
So we know the car has already gone over 200 mile an hour. So that's our goal.
Yep.
We want that 200 mile an hour club jacket. So while we don't really care about being extremely competitive. We just want to go have fun.
Yeah.
And we all want to go fast.
I want to go fast. So the plan for that one is to drag that, maybe get a C3 or a D3 NASCAR engine. Aaron Brown's got a transmission picked out for us. We talked to him
shout out to the garage shop.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron's a cool dude.
Aaron's a cool dude. Yep.
And
they make
invited us
really,
down
really
several
nice
times.
stuff too.
Yeah. So that one will be, I think the plan would be, let's go. We're just going to have fun. A bunch of idiots. We're going to camp out there. One day, one guy's going to get his license and go, and the next day, the next guy's going to get it. And we're just going to round robin that thing.
Yep.
Just keep taking it around and just having fun.
Yep.
So that's
the plan.
Yep.
At least. I'm sure that's not going to go quite that smooth because I think there's going to be a few
does.
more steps involved. However, that's that's the way we like to look at it. We like to think it's going to be that easy. So don't beat us up too bad in the comments here.
For sure. So that's the NASCAR, which we haven't done doodly squat since my 51st birthday, probably.
Yeah, we did. So let's recap that real quick. We thrashed on it, threw a small block Ford in it that Matt had.
Yep. And a transmission of parts that I had.
Random C4.
Yep.
That we slapped together, or do we even go through it?
Yeah, I went through it once.
Matt went through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what was in it, but
the weirdest shifter I've ever used in my life. And Matt yelling at me while it's running with open headers, like, dude, get in it and drive it. And I'm like, I don't even know how the shifter works. And then I'm pretty sure it was low on transmission fluid. And by the time I was done trying to figure out how to make this thing move, I'm pretty sure the only gear it had left was reverse.
So it did back
itself up the driveway after the party.
Yep.
And parked itself to its final resting spot.
Yeah.
Before the engine got pulled to go into Josh's hot rod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God for eBay and Marketplace, because I found brakes for that thing that actually are for that thing for $50. The huge calipers and rotors.
Used NASCAR parts are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I found shocks for it, so like Penske shocks for it, for that era for like $20 a piece. It's crazy how much that old NASCAR stuff, how cheap it is.
Right.
It is.
It's really a good time.
And then axle shafts were another
Yep.
$20.
Yeah, it's crazy how cheap that stuff was. Unfortunately, it didn't stay together long enough. I really wanted to like take a video of like Matt going through the drive-thru, getting a case of Busch Light and then a pack of Winston's.
Pack of Winston's, even though nobody here smokes. But I don't care. I'm still buying a pack of Winston's with the NASCAR through the drive-thru.
Which the drive-thru is right beside the police department,
That's fine.
but it's all right.
And the
It's
restaurant.
fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
They love us in town.
So one of the other things we have here on the list was Uncle Dave's gasser. That was pretty cool.
That was a cool video.
If you guys haven't seen that,
That's
you
a
should
good
go
video.
back and check that out. That's a good one.
Yeah, he had a 39 gasser.
I think so.
I was looking at a map for this because
I can't remember.
I want to say 39 Chevy gasser. It's like a Vietnam War tribute, and it'd been sitting in his garage for years and years and
it's
years.
a 383, right?
383
So
Chevy.
383 small block Chevy, kind of near and dear to my heart. Got one of them myself. Tunnel Ram, dual fours, also kind of near and dear to my heart. Got one of them myself. And we went over to
Wouldn't
Uncle Dave's
run,
house
so
and
Matt fixed the carburetors, and we
got
went
that
over
all
there
sorted.
and got her fired up, and that was a cool video to see that thing come back to life. Mm-hmm. It's now been passed to another guy in Ashland, so Uncle Dave doesn't have that anymore.
Yep.
But it was a cool video.
Honestly, we
it was-
kind of knew that going into it.
Yeah,
Dave told us he wanted to get it running solid.
Yep.
He had plans
Solid.
to pass it on to somebody else. So
I would have loved to seen what it would run or take out.
I would have
Something
loved to
with
seen
it.
that thing
I
at the
know.
drag strip. I would have loved to seen
It was a pretty
Dave and
stout
Dad
little
lining
unit.
things up. And
So that was
and-
that. That Uncle Dave is my brother's or my dad's brother, and so it would have been cool to see those guys hitting it off with the two
That-
gassers going
yes,
down the
that would
track.
have been-
But
Yeah.
it was, I think it was close to the end of the year or something when we finished that up,
Right.
wasn't it?
Well, that thing didn't run
Yes.
right when we got there, and a few small details got it worked out. Got it running really good.
Oh yeah.
That suspension, when I would have loved to see how the suspension worked, but that axle welded them ladder bars, that was cool.
Yeah. That was cool.
So
Very cool car.
we've covered quite a few things on the list here already. We should talk about the Schneider Cams visit.
Yeah.
We
That's another one.
guys-
So Mike and I work at the same place, and we had some work to do in Tijuana, working with the
going
cartels,
back
you
there
know. That's how we afford to do our work.
that's right.
Yeah, no, that's called Chase.
No booger sugar here, babies.
No, that's called Chase and Discover. And how many can I spread this out on over these cars? But just so happened, we fly into San Diego, and I got a hold of the gentleman that owns Schneider Cams, and said, "Hey, would you be cool with us coming in and doing kind of like a video and stuff?" And he was 100% down for it. So
The one and only Jerry Cantrell,
yeah,
not
right.
the guitar player from Alice in Chains.
Way cooler though. This Jerry.
Well,
way cooler.
I mean, I like Alice in Chains too, but yes, Jerry Cantrell at Schneider Cams was very, very cool. So thank you very much.
He was
Schneider
really
Cams, for
warm
allowing us to
and
come
invited
in.
us in and showed us the
check out
equipment
your
and
place.
stuff. It is still an old school hot rod shop. Like
It is.
The counter is a garage. You open up the garage door, the counter's right there. It's in the wide open. Of course, because the weather's so wonderful in San Diego. But
The weather is pretty nice in California,
So
and
cool.
the atmosphere of that machine shop or old school speed shop, whatever you want to call it, it was pretty cool. It was.
I mean, you literally could have walked back there. This is 1967.
yes, it's like taking a step back in time.
It's so cool. It is
I didn't expect it. Like pulling in, I thought this was just like a storage unit facility almost. Like pulling in there, just
had a couple
kinda-
little signs that just kind of
off in a little neighborhood, off in a little nook and cranny. Was not expect. It was it was cool.
Yeah.
It was a really, really rad
go back
time.
and see that video.
Yeah.
That's I tell you what, and what was heartwarming for me was all the kids that work. They say kids because I'm an old guy, but that work.
They're
for
young
them,
guys.
They're young guys.
They're young
and
guys.
they are passionate about.
And they're all
hot rods.
gearheads.
Yes.
They're all gearheads.
Yep.
They all had a hot rod that they drove to work
Yep.
in the parking lot.
Yep.
They were all super pumped to show us their hot rod and
Yep.
what they had done
Yep.
and how they had spent as little as possible because they were doing this on a budget, which is super cool
Super
and
hot
total hot rodder.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys should go back and check out the
cool
Schneider
cars
Cam
there. Yep.
video. Like
And the
those
truck.
guys are sweet.
That truck was cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
The Datsun truck was so.
So
I want one
maybe
of those so
so
bad.
I know.
I want a freaking mini truck so
flight,
bad.
The whole flight back.
After
I'm like,
that, I'm like, I should buy one of those. I should totally buy one of those. The dumbest vehicle ever to buy in Ohio.
Oh.
Not practical at all.
No.
I have no room to put it.
No.
But yeah, I totally want one of those trucks after seeing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So it's like he made us a cam. He built us a cam, so we've got that cam to put in the truck and see how
that is part of
upcoming
2025 plans as well.
2025 plans.
Yeah, so you guys will see the Schneider Cam swap.
Yep. And then like behind us, almost forgot about what's behind us.
Yeah. Let me get out of the way here real quick.
Yep. This is
The Pinto.
The Pinto.
the Pinto
Yeah.
named Baby.
That's right.
Baby.
Baby.
This was another one in the marketplace. Me and my daughter went out and got it just because the picture, the way it sat on the picture was right.
Yeah, this thing has a good stance already.
Oh yeah, it's way cool.
The wheels and tires look right on it already. We're gonna do some bar changes to the cage and
Weld it.
yeah,
Yes.
finish welding it. That would be some of the changes that are gonna happen to the cage.
Yeah.
And yeah, the plan is small block Ford with a single turbo,
Yep.
probably a blow through carb setup
To start.
initially.
Yep.
Solely just because we probably have quite a bit of the stuff already to make that happen,
Yep.
minus the turbo.
Right.
But I mean, like we have enough stuff to put a small block together with decent parts already. So it seems to be the sensible thing to do. Plus, none of us have ever went crazy fast in a drag car yet. So it would also be the more wise thing to do to
Creep up on a little bit.
build something that we can creep up on a little bit, because the end goal with this will be what?
790s.
790, 780s? Yeah, so we're going to certicage to 750, and we're going to shoot for as close to that as humanly possible
Right.
before it's all said and done.
It's such a short
sure.
wheelbase. I mean, it really is going to be like pretty sketch. I mean, I think it's 94 inches what the wheelbase is. It's like 6 inches shorter than what like a
Right
Fox
lawnmower?
Mustang is. Right.
God.
Craftsman lawnmower.
24 horse. Zero turn.
The plan is it's all steel right now, and the way it sits right now with two hoods, an iron, a 351 in it,
Two dashes.
two dashes, iron heads, no transmission or drive shaft, extra springs, that full wire harness, and some other parts, and it weighed 1710.
Right.
So we're thinking we can keep it under 2,100 pounds.
When it's all said and
when it's all
done,
said and done.
without a
Real
driver.
glass, all steel. I think we can keep it to 21. So 21 doesn't take very much horsepower to go fast. So
To go as fast as we
wanna
want,
go.
as we would like to go.
right.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for Baby.
Yep.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts bait. Well, she's kind of
Right now she
she's
is.
kind of in the corner right now. I mean, she's in the corner of my garage because we have nowhere else to put her. So
Yeah.
Crap.
you'll have that.
I think we're talking about another thing is I've got a motorcycle in my garage that's been on a motorcycle stand since my oldest was 1 year old, and she's 22.
Yeah.
So I kind of I was actually over at my friend Roger's house, and he's like, "We'll put a motor together, Jack." So I'm like, all right. So I think this winter, do some work on Frank and Cal.
When was that?
Last week, went over to Rogers.
Nice. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roger, for lighting a fire into this guy's ass.
And give us
Yeah.
another project to work
Yeah, dude, I've never ridden a drag bike. I want to go down the strip on a drag bike.
Oh,
That
this is
sounds
Frank and
fun.
Cal. This is one on the stand, not the drag bike that hangs from the roof.
We can still take that down the drag strip.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
on. Yeah.
I mean, the drag bike wouldn't take much either, to be honest with you.
okay, so maybe we'll go to drag bike.
I used to race drag bikes when I was younger and skinnier. Would run 940s on an
It's
old
fine. We can
cow
still
shot.
do it. Just go a little bit slower. It'll be all right.
It's a hoot. It's a hoot. It's a blast. Leave the starting line at 7,000 RPM or 7,500 RPM.
Oh yeah, I'm all about that. That sounds like all kinds of fun. So we need to discuss the fuel pump situation on the truck.
Yep.
That was something that I'm sure if any of you guys are following along, you probably saw some videos.
Last couple videos.
Yeah, regarding the fuel pump issue. That thing was kind of puzzling, honestly. There were a few things that just didn't really make any good logical sense about that. But in the end, I kind of feel as if we're just at the limitations of what the fuel pump that we currently have can.
I mean, the reality
provide.
is Matt's Comet and the truck have basically the same engine in it.
Right.
Same heads, same exact heads.
And
Close
weights
to-
are
close to the
very,
same.
very similar.
Yeah, close to the same.
Within like
cam.
100 pounds.
Yep, 100-pound difference in the weight of the vehicles.
And Matt has went what?
1148. With
So
a-
Matt has officially beat who?
You.
Me. Matt beat me in a
It's
drag
been
race.
years
Which has
of
been an ongoing
banter.
shit talking extravaganza.
It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna
It's
stop.
not gonna stop.
It's
It's
gonna
not
keep
gonna stop.
going.
He hasn't like technically beat me in like a heads up like side by side drag race. So we're still gonna have to make that happen before I go like place an summit order to make more power.
Here we go.
But here we go. Exactly.
Here we go.
but with the truck,
But yeah, back to the truck.
it ran 12:12.
Yep.
But the 60-foot time was a tenth faster than what the Comet's running.
Right.
You were running 170 something.
1.6 is what I ran.
We ran like 156,
60 foot. Mm-hmm. Right. But we're 12-12 compared
Which
to
is
his
a half a second off of his.
11:45.
And the reality is, we have not touched the timing on that truck.
Since sick week.
Right. And we didn't even really test any of it. We just kind of, we set it, gave it 3 more degrees or something from where we think it's at.
Yeah, to be 100% honest with you, I don't even know where it's at.
Nope.
I don't know what the timing is. I don't know what the initial timing was.
Nope.
I don't even know what we changed it from. To be 100%
Nope.
honest
I just
with
know
you.
we added 3 and then we
So-
moved it back because it wouldn't idle very well.
Right.
The reality is we need to put a better fuel pump on it, and we need to take note of what the timing is now, and the jet sizes, and a fresh set of plugs, and read a set of plugs after we make a pass and all that good stuff. We need to dial in a little bit of tuning. So
Yeah, I think we're gonna
We can do
probably
that.
this winter.
We'll nail it.
We'll take it down to a shop that's down in Mansfield from us on a warm day or a decent day during the winter time.
on a chassis dyno.
Chassis dyno, throw the truck on a chassis dyno and play around a little bit.
Yep.
So we can we'll take it back home. We'll change to the Schneider Cam and do
Yep.
the exact same thing. Because these heads, these 205 AFRs, don't really start doing anything until you're at 600 lift. And the cam that's in the truck right now, no idea what it is. It was in a short block that I bought.
Off of
Marketplace.
Marketplace.
Yeah.
Laying around, kind of ran out of things to look at on Marketplace. No, I didn't.
I found it. I sent it
You
to
did,
him.
you
That's
did.
a great deal. One of us should buy
We
it.
did.
And the
We-
next thing
somebody
he
should
goes
buy
and picks
that.
it up.
Yeah, me and
I
Matt-
really like the fact that these two guys are 4 guys and they just keep spending each other's money like that. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do that. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we went out. Where was it? It was out east of Canton, way out in the sticks. It was a little sketchy. It was a little sketchy. Yeah. Good thing Dad's
sometimes you get some sketchy deals on Marketplace.
Yeah.
dude.
Good
I
thing
mean,
Dad's
yeah.
a cop. You know,
Yeah,
he's a
I
retired
mean-
cop, so he was packing.
And you weren't. We're always packing a marketplace. But it was a good deal.
It's a
And
good
for the
deal.
most
It's a
part,
good deal.
we beat on that thing mercilessly in the driveway, the yard, the garage, everywhere.
Everywhere.
And it's held up.
I know.
We drove
Beat
home
living
from
snot.
Columbus in one gear at 46 miles an hour.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's video of that too. So,
Yeah, I mean-
Drag Week Day 5, 2024. If you go back on the Bucket List Mob YouTube channel, you can find that. And
God.
yeah, I thought we lost second gear on the last day,
That's all we
and
had.
then I made a pass on the final day at Drag Week 2024, and I thought we were shifting from first to third, and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, on the way home, I'm pretty sure I had only second gear.
Yep.
I don't know how it reappeared after it not
It
being there
welded
on the way
everything
to the
together.
track, but it welded everything else together in the AOD, turned it into a CVT, snowmobile transmission.
Yeah.
And we had second gear the whole way home from Columbus at approximately 35 mile an hour and 3,500 RPM.
Yeah,
So,
it's actually sitting right there on the shelf.
yeah.
That's the culprit.
Well, I don't think we're going to rebuild that one, but at some point we're going to tear it
Nope.
down just for curiosity's sake to see how many parts come out as one.
I think all of it.
I think all of it will probably be removed.
We can get the converter out, right?
as what? No.
Because it sawed the,
Oh,
the
it
pump
sawed
snout in half.
it sawed the freaking input shaft damn near in half. And yeah, I couldn't figure out why.
I don't know how that.
I couldn't get the
going.
converter out. Matt came over and lifted it one time and just like out of pure, oh, here it comes. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even think to do that. But yeah, it's
We think the converter failed, and that's what started it. Was something the converter let loose?
yeah,
and
it
was
does seem
spinning,
it does
cutting.
seem as if maybe
metal
something broke
shavings.
in the converter. I'm not 100% positive. We haven't tore it apart yet to really confirm, but
That converter was trash.
yeah. In the grand scheme of things, yet another AOD has been removed from service.
Poor AOD.
Thanks to the cluster truck. Cluster Trucks does a real good job of putting AODs in the
The
ground.
final resting place.
Yeah. The cluster truck is awesome at that. So we put a C4 in it, and so far so good. It's working
Yeah, I mean,
awesome,
it's working
and
awesome.
I love it.
I do too.
I freaking love it. Yeah,
A
so
lot better.
I'm done with the AODs as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
We have one for sale, by the
We do
way.
have a really.
We have a really, really nice AOD for sale.
the one that didn't fail and behind a 900 horse big block.
Yeah.
We went through it thinking there was something wrong with it. It was a converter. We ended up spending $1,300 on a converter from Bubba at 501. Never even fired it up. Never even put it in.
Yeah, that's part of the changes that we made to the Fairlane that we haven't even tested yet. So we've got a really, really nice, fresh transmission, AOD transmission from
this is
Silver Fox.
Silver
Silver
Fox.
Fox. Yep.
it's a $4,600 or $5,200 transmission from them. But if they could, he can't even make them anymore.
That's without a converter.
Yeah, without a
Yeah.
converter. Dan
That's
told
without
me
a
he said
converter.
there's parts in that transmission he just can't get anymore. There's like
They're
300
called unobtainium.
Yeah,
Not titanium.
unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Billet forward drum and a 300M main shaft, and it's got some in a 300M.
it's a nice,
secondary, and it's a
nice
lockup
unit.
So it's 950 horse with a lockup. It's not a single piece shaft.
yeah,
So
it would make a
great-
really, really nice unit for the right guy that is looking for what this thing is capable of doing.
Right.
We're just going a different route.
we got quick
at
changes.
this
We don't
point.
need to do this stuff
Yeah,
anymore.
we just
Right.
come to the realization that it's not necessary for us to have this.
Yeah.
So
Plus
we're gonna change it up.
Fairlane's going to lose some weight by going to C4.
Correct.
So-
yeah, so that's another thing. We got a big heavy car, so everywhere we can save a pound
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
extremely beneficial. So
Right.
that's what we're doing there. What else we got, guys?
What's the plan for next couple weeks? What are we doing?
Yeah, this was a decision we made in the last second.
Yeah, so sick week. We
Just
need to
week or
discuss
two
like
ago.
Yep.
how many weeks left we have, and Mike and I have an out of
Country week.
country week coming up here. in a couple weeks for work. once again.
So it's kind of been a Cinderella story. I mean, we took the Fairlane to drag week in 2019. We were like one of 5 people they interviewed for Tech Day and stuff. And Michael Leamy did an interview. Man, I felt like I'd hit the big time, man. You know, and then
what kid doesn't want to be in hot rod?
I know.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
We
and
appreciate
then
that.
2020 they made their announcements for the 2020 tracks and used our car on the ad for it. Like nobody else's car, just our car, which was like, holy crap.
Right.
You know, so we're hooked. And then we do Sick Week after all the Mongolian cluster you know what's. And they
Mongolian
make
cluster trucks.
Yep, they make the truck on the I Survived Sick Week 2024 shirt. So if you survived Sick Week 2024, our truck's on the
that's
shirt.
our truck with the boat,
Boat trailer, yep.
which we did not go fishing, but
Yep. But I should say we did win B-Gas with the Fairlane at Sick Week, so that's cool. Right?
yeah,
Struggled a little bit
that
with
was a cool ordeal, especially considering what was in that class.
Yeah. Again, thankfully, Matt broke his gasser, so we didn't have to be that fast.
Sorry,
Matt.
Sorry, Matt. Yeah.
But
We're really glad to hear that it's back up and running better than ever. So
Right.
So then Matt actually is the one like texted us in the group chat and was like, "Hey, look at this!" And it's for the track shirts. The truck is back on a track shirt for South Georgia Motorsports Park. It's like
for the 2025
event. So we're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, how do we not attend the event that picked one of our vehicles to be on a T-shirt for the 2025 event? So, all you guys going to Sick Week 2025, we will see you there. Thank you, Finnegan, for the promo code.
Yep.
And definitely looking forward to that.
Right. Yep. Then we were like, Mike and I were like, well, I guess we'll just go because really it's a lot of money to do this stuff.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. And so we were kind of like, okay, let's do some more local stuff and we'll do one big event a year or something like that. We'll see how long that lasts. That lasted a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're doing that again. So we had to get a couple drinks in Matt and make him swear that he's going to go.
Shout out to PRI Show 2024.
Matt was trashed the next day. But
Shout out to Nikki Blaines.
Yes. Oh, dude, that was pretty cool too. I
That
mean,
was fun.
And also
Delta Pag.
Delta Pag.
Yep. They covered our bill at Nikki Blaine's. That was pretty cool to sit down with the who's of
Dragon Drive community.
It's like for you guys that have like superheroes for music or something. You get going backstage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nikki Blaine's was kind of like a backstage pass. At PRI. So
all the big names were there. All the fast guys.
Thank you guys. That was cool. Very cool experience.
Great time. And Dennis went with us again.
Yep. And Dennis
showed
was
up.
there to experience that with us.
Yep.
Our good buddy Scott was there with us as well.
And we've reeled him in too. So now he is searching marketplace for a roller gasser.
Yep.
If you guys got a good lead on a Ford roller gasser, he's in the market for one.
We got a guy that might be your Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry. So I think for future stuff we'll get to 2025 is we plan on doing Sick Week.
Yep.
I think we're going to do Heads Up Hustle.
Right.
To do that one. We are doing Sick Smokies. We have to do that one. That one was the one where they announced we want to get 50 gassers, so they want this to be a gasser heavy race.
I really, really hope that this is successful. This will be such a cool experience if there's 50 plus gassers rolling through the freaking Smoky Mountains together.
Through Nashville.
This will be a
freaking
freaking awesome experience.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Maybe the airfield drags up in Michigan.
Yeah, I think we want
That
to
sounds
try.
like a really cool time. It's a weekend event, so I think that's a must.
Maybe Rock and Race or
Rock and Race and Raceway 42. Shout out to Don Moyer.
Yep.
Yep. Hope to see Travis Morris, Loud and Ugly guy there.
Yep.
So we're gonna have a truck that's it's gonna bring something for you, buddy.
Bring some heat.
Bring some heat.
Trade the guys from Running Rust to come down with us too.
Yep.
Yeah, we met some cool guys at Drag Week 2024, Running Rust guys.
Yep.
Really, really cool guys. Hopefully we can do some track days, some test and tune days, maybe like Blue Suede Cruise or something like that, or the Rock and Race at Dragway 42. We got a couple local tracks close to us.
Stuff, yeah.
So
maybe something at Milan. I think there's a big gas race.
I did see that. Yep, I did see that at Milan. That'd be kind of a cool event to go to and check out.
Yeah. So I mean, all these drag and drive events are like usually a week long. We who doesn't have a ton of vacation to spend on this stuff?
Right.
These guys. So we're gonna try and do some more local Friday, Saturday, Sunday stuff.
Yeah, it won't be so bad to burn up a week of vacation just taking off a Friday or Monday.
Right.
And hopefully we can hit up 3 or 4 different events this year and have some fun and do a couple week-long events. And
Yeah, and really I mean, I don't know what else we got to talk about, but
let me double check the list here and see what else is up. I think the caddy. I think that's about the only thing we missed. Yeah.
So you've seen the last couple of weeks putting the Cadillac together for Jack, one of the original members of the founding members of the Bucket List Mob.
Yeah.
Got a 64 Caddy. It was already lowered on air ride. It had a tired 429 Cadillac in it.
Yep.
And he had a 501 big block Chevy put together with a blower on it, a 871? 871 blower.
871, yep.
Twin Dominators on it.
Local guy to us, Bill Jackson. Shout out to Bill Jackson.
Yep.
Thank you for all the support of the YouTube channel.
Yep. And really, maybe 4 full days of us all thrashing together.
That's probably about what it took when it was all said and done. I think we were all a little overzealous at first and thinking that we could accomplish the end goal a little quicker than what it ended up being.
But I mean,
isn't that always the way it goes? I think that's always the way it goes, right?
3 times the time and 3 times the money.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we can put this Pinto together for $5 grand. $15,000 later.
We'll just keep living that fantasy right now since we haven't started on it officially yet. So
for sure,
we're gonna build this on the cheap. Yeah, right.
She's not getting paint.
She's getting paint. This
will be the only one we have that has nice.
This one's going back baby blue.
Yep.
The little skull door locks is cool that they're staying.
Yeah. I don't know if anything's got a shot of that front fender there, but
it's blue.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of our year in wrap. I mean, a couple other things. You can go through our playlist on our YouTube page and check out some of the dumb stuff we did.
Yeah, please do. Bucket List Mob, just
plenty of them
everywhere. As a note, shirts are now ordered. 2 different style shirts. Koozies are ordered. Hats. Decals, and the store will be up shortly.
Yeah, so we have our first run of merch officially ordered.
Yep.
And we will have, hopefully,
we'll have more merch with us at
all of this
Sick
stuff
Week.
at Sick Week, right?
Yep. All the merch will be at Sick Week.
That is the plan.
Yep.
We'll have shirt, stickers, koozie, hats.
Yep.
So.
And we believe in like cheap too. We want not cheap shirts, but for you guys, they need to be a value. So we're not.
Yeah, we're not getting crazy with this. We're talking $20 for a shirt.
Yep.
A couple bucks for a sticker.
Yep.
Couple bucks for
koozie.
Yeah, all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll keep it cost effective.
Yep. Yeah. And I want to thank like Viking Shocks, Drag Week. If you go back and look at the videos, the Fairlane. The suspension on it is just trash. I mean, we had air shocks on it and factory springs on it and some the old
eyelets, welds.
Yeah, go back and check out Sick Week footage because we broke a shock.
Yep.
Or broke a shock mount. Broke a shock.
Yeah, the eyelet
itself.
broke off.
Yep.
And it was such a ridiculous effort to change the shock. We literally ended up changing one shock. So we ended up finishing it with what?
One air shock and
two
one
different
Monroe
shocks?
unit from AutoZone that some guy gave me a ride, some fan gave us a ride.
What exactly is that? I would say that's good enough for who it's for.
That's, good enough for who it's for. And I'm not going to bring up the fact that I said we should have brought a welder with us, but these two narnars said, nah, we don't need a welder. We sure as heck could have used a welder.
Guys, I am not taking any responsibility for that in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. This guy said we don't need a welder
with us.
Because I can weld with a battery and a jumper kit.
This guy had it already packed where it would have never had to be disturbed in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And he's like, no, we don't need it. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. It's fine. We don't need it. We're not taking it.
2-1, we're taking it.
Guess what? We're never doing another drag and drive without a welder ever again. I don't care what the guy in the middle says right now. We're never not taking a welder.
You take the stuff that you don't need.
Right. I hope I pack it and I never ever need it.
That's the best situation.
That's the best situation ever for any drag and drive guy ever, I think.
Oh, we're figuring it out.
We're figuring it out. Figured out.
Your spare parts.
Your spare parts, bud.
So I want to thank Viking Shocks for supporting us and sponsoring us. So
thank you.
Unfortunately, that was the other part of the Fairlane because the busted valve or rocker arms, we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big change for that car too.
Yeah, so unfortunately we have all these suspension upgrades on the Fairlane that we have not even got a chance to test or experience yet. So definitely looking forward to that. Yeah. For sure. And a new power plant. So that's something else. The motor's out of the Fairlane right now, and some things are going to change because I think some rule changes are going to come for 2025 season. So I think that's
a rule change year. So we're not doing anything until we see what the rule changes come out.
Yeah, means a change for the motor for the Fairlane,
maybe
possibly a change for the motor in the truck. We don't know yet 100% for sure exactly which direction we're going.
Depends on what marketplace brings us.
Probably has a little bit to do with Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. So
I go to work tomorrow. I'll sit in the bathroom. I'll send you some pictures. Okay?
Matt's got some spare time. That's what he's saying.
I'll find you something. Don't worry.
He likes spending other guys' money as well. So
I can blame him because he just bought a big block. He's putting a big block in the Comet. So this will be the last time out for the Comet with a small block.
Yep.
So he's been bitten. He's coming after me in the Fairlane. Yep.
It's gonna be a big block.
Even for sick week?
No, sick week is the last time.
Sick week's a small block.
Okay, all right.
We come back from
sick
that.
week will be the last time out. Okay, all right. I got you.
Sick week will be the last.
Little misunderstanding. I got you.
We got some parts
You're
next
not
door.
changing this before sick week.
No.
Okay.
No,
all right.
no.
I thought we already talked about this.
No, we're not.
I thought we already discussed this.
Yep, we're gonna shave some weight, add some horsepower, and
More power, baby.
Fairlane hunting.
Yeah. Go hunting Fairlanes.
Yep.
Bring it on.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's on.
All right. Cheers,
if you get the Fairlane, then the new Falcon might be coming after you then.
Does have
That's
the
right.
motor. Saves
We
more
need
weight.
I'll take the 545 out of the Fairlane and put it in a Falcon.
I was gonna say
I almost bought one. The guy
we
would
almost bought a Falcon.
guy.
Marketplace.
No said. Sometimes there's good stuff on Marketplace. Sometimes there's not so good stuff on Marketplace. So occasionally you fall into a honey hole, and occasionally you fall into a
Pile of
5-pound
shit.
bucket of shit. But it is what it is.
Everybody got a 61 to 63 Falcon shell. That's all I need with a title.
All we want. A shell.
Because I don't need trunklet, I don't need doors, I don't need hood, fender, bumpers,
or
glass.
decent floor pans. We could care less.
I don't care less. This is
a shell and a title, boys.
That's it. That's
$500.
Rocker panels and a roof.
That's what we're looking for. So if you got one of them, hit us up.
Hit us up for sure. So I just want to say, like, thanks to all our supporters. we definitely have like some.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Like some
Been there
hardcore
from- been there
supporters.
from
Oh
day
yeah,
one.
Day one.
Yeah.
Yep. He's been there from day one. Huge supporter of ours.
He's not the only one, but
Big block. What's
lot of them.
what's the guy with the big block? He's got a 55 Chevy.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank, bro.
See, now I got to bring it up.
Bring it up. Bring up the receipts. Yeah. It's a day in the age of smartphones, so
Snapshots and receipts. And
yeah, there's no
summaries.
reason to not give props where props are due. So thank you guys for all the support. We genuinely appreciate it. We're a couple of guys trying to live out a dream here. So
Right. It's very humbling to go to places like this and meet people who are like, oh, I seen you on TV, or
It was really cool when Finnegan.
yeah.
We talked to Matt about his gasser and stuff, and Mike's like, "Hey, it's Mike Wiles, BucketList Mob," and he's like, "Oh, you guys, I seen you guys on the internet."
yeah.
Mike knew that I commented on a post, and you're the guys that commented on Facebook, and like that was pretty cool. So yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
We're just like them trying
It's
to
awesome.
get started out, and to hear them, talk to us. I mean, I'm nobody. Just
Yep.
to come out, I'm a fan. I fanboy when I talk to him. Just like, gosh, man, it's Finnegan. Talking to Finnegan and walk around, and who else do we run into? Alex Taylor and Dennis Taylor. They're amazing people to
Yeah.
talk to in person.
We got to-
down to earth.
Got to chat it up with Keith Turk at Bonneville.
Yeah.
and
At Bonneville and at Sick Week
and
Yep.
at Sick
and
Week
at Drag
and
Week.
help
push Alex's
help
car.
push
on the
Alex's
trailer.
car back into the trailer at Bonneville, and her sister was kind enough to put us in a little bit of the footage of their video,
Yep.
their coverage of Bonneville. That was pretty cool.
Freiberger kind of
So-
gave me a couple shots in the ribs about my car, either making the Chrisman Comet either proud or roll over in his grave.
That's going to cost you a lot of money, dude.
I know.
Dude, I'm telling you what,
It was
Freiberger and Lone on the mic at Drag Week.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Dude, you guys are awesome. I mean, the banter back and forth is next level.
And
Yep.
painful.
Next level, yeah, and painful and expensive. Expensive for Mike. It's really freaking expensive for Mike.
Yeah.
So just saying.
I tell you what, I was thinking about today. For some reason, it came up. Do you remember when the brakes were acting weird on the truck in the middle of the damn night? Yeah, every night.
Yeah.
We stopped at that gas station, had the wheel off, and then Lutz rolls
Yeah,
up.
Bill Lutz. Yeah.
Jeff
Or
Lutz.
Jeff Lutz.
Yep.
Yeah, not Bill.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he rolled up, and I was like, I just want to go say hi. And immediately Jeff's like, "What do you need?"
Yes.
He does his first question is, "What do you need?"
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a down to earth dude, man.
He's just standing right there talking to us
Yep.
while we're working on
he's
the
like, "What do you
truck.
need? You guys all right?" And, you know, what I mean, he just
That's the kind of people that you meet on these drag and drive events.
for sure.
Yeah.
It makes it so worthwhile. Got a lot of friends.
The guys that we all look to as celebrities, those are the guys that are willing to help you out and lend a hand or a tool in the gas station parking lot at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Cletus, all his crew, man, they come right up, they land their airplane right beside us and get out and start talking with
Yeah,
us.
that was
Sam's right there beside us talking
pretty
to
freaking
us.
Sam's
cool.
talking to my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek Bieri, I mean, he's right there with us. Hey, what's going on, man? Load his
Vice
truck and
Grip
trailer up
Garage,
with
shout out
us.
to Derek for giving me a picture for my daughter,
Yeah.
who's a huge fan. So
They're all down to earth,
Yeah.
super nice people.
super nice people that you meet on these events. So
Get out there and do stuff, man. Really,
Yeah.
I mean, it really comes down to it's people like to discount and say, "Oh, you're going through a midlife crisis," and
Yeah,
it's not that
bad.
at all. It's a realization that you're on the far side of the hill, and you haven't done all the things you really dreamt about doing. You know,
yeah, this channel name might be a little cliche to some, but the bucket list is something that everybody has.
and should be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
If you think you don't, you're probably lying to yourself. Everybody's got a bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
So the goal here is to inspire and encourage you all to get out there and
With your
start-
friends and have a good time.
start checking those things off the list,
Yeah, yeah.
because nobody's time here is guaranteed. So
Sure.
guys, get out there and do the things that you want to do and do them with the people that you want to do them with.
Yep.
So that's what this is all about.
Yep.
So thanks for supporting us over this past year.
Yep.
We look forward to providing you with more entertainment this coming year. I think it's going to be a really good year. We're kind of getting our feet underneath us as far as editing. I think the editing is getting better with every video, and I think they say you got to be 100 videos in. We're 69 long form videos in, and I think we're doing all right.
I think we're doing
Figured
great.
out.
Yeah.
I think you're doing great. So hats off to you.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Because Mike's the one that's doing all this editing and stuff. So hats off to you, bro. I
I
appreciate
kind of
it.
pretend like I'm Sergio Leone, and if you know who that is, I think I'm Quentin Tarantino and stuff.
Bring out Salma Hayek.
Selma's going with
Salma Hayek.
us. Selma's going with us on Civic Week 2025.
Oh, Lord.
No, she's not. Tabby and Vicky.
No, she's not.
So thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you out there on the road.
All right. We're out. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good YouTube stuff. BucketList Mob. We're out.
There's 7 days in a week. Someday isn't one of them.